What's up, fight fans? Christian the artist. Just wanted to do a quick video regarding strategy for the Khabib Nurmagomedov Conor McGregor fight, and just some of the things that I see looking at both of their fights and just tendencies and things like that. So let's get into it. For Conor, obviously you want to land the left hand. You want to try to find a way to land that left hand, that big left hand. And I think one of the ways that he can do that is, number one, you got to figure Khabib is going to pressure you. I would advise him to utilize that lead leg side kick to the opponent's knee, right to Khabib's knee. Try to get him off balance. Try to give him something to think about as he's coming forward. As you continue to land that lead leg side kick, what you could then do is you could feint it and then maybe come over the top with a hook cross and then come with that left hand. I think that'll open up, I think that's one potential combination that can open up that left hand for him. Another thing is, if he chooses to time Khabib, very important to know that Khabib always shoots off his right hand. He'll throw a jab cross, shoot off that, or he'll throw a double jab cross and then shoot. Very rarely will he throw a right hand lead and then shoot off that. He usually doesn't lead with that. It'll usually be something like a jab cross or a double jab cross. So if McGregor can time that, and time when he throws, slide back a little bit as he usually does off the back, kind of leans on his back leg, slide back a little bit on the jab, on the double jab, and then pivot to his left and just unload that left hand. So just kind of slide back, almost like, really it's one slide back, pivot, and then over with that right hand. That could potentially be devastating if he lands it on the chin and maybe end the fight early. For Khabib, one of the things I think that he needs to continue to do is to keep his pressure on and do it intelligently the way he does. He almost does like a shuffle, almost like a boxer's walk when he comes in. Not like a lot of guys in MMA who sort of run in at their opponents. Khabib's is more like a shuffle. So he's shuffling in, and utilizing that, you're able, since you're always in contact with the ground, you're able to adapt. He shuffles in. If he sees Conor throw, he could easily, slip under something, grab a hold of him, or fire his own strike from there. So I definitely think the intelligent pressure is key. He needs to not allow McGregor to control that distance, which is something that McGregor's very good at, especially with the front kicks that he throws to the body, almost like that Floyd jab to the body. It just pokes at that gas tank. So McGregor's going to try to use that to utilize his distance control and just kind of force Khabib to walk into something. And that's what you don't want. So if you're Khabib, you just want to close that gap as much as you can. You want to clinch with him. The takedown is not necessarily the be-all, end-all at the beginning of the fight. Even if he's able to get him clinched and up against the fence, force McGregor to use those muscles, force that blood to go to his shoulders, and it'll take some of the mustard off those shots later on. I also think with Khabib, his defense is very important. He utilizes a high guard, which I don't think people give him enough credit for. He doesn't get hit as flush as people want to lead you to believe. A lot of punches, Khabib takes them on the hands. He takes them on his forearms. Guys who loop at him, it looks like a lot, but he's really catching a lot of those blows. He's not getting hit flush. And that's the key, is you can't let Conor hit you when he wants to hit you, how he wants to hit you. And I just think, again, Khabib's relentless pressure and his gas tank, you just got to utilize that. One thing for Khabib also that I would use, McGregor doesn't really have much of a right hand. And I know some people will kill me for saying this. It's not that he doesn't throw punches with it, but his right hand usually isn't the be all end all. He's not going to throw, for example, since he's southpaw, he's not going to just throw, let's say, a jab hook to the body, or a jab hook upstairs, and that's it. It's always usually kind of a pawing jab to then come with his left hand. Everything is usually to set up the left. So he doesn't really utilize his right hand as a standalone punch. Doesn't throw a lot of lead hooks. Doesn't throw, like I said, a lot of jab hooks. So if you're Khabib, you're fighting from the orthodox position. One of the things that I would utilize is a jab hook combination. I would be very careful with my right hand because you throw that right hand, McGregor likes to counter over the top with his left and catch guys right on the chin. See Jose Aldo, see Eddie Alvarez, and even Nate Diaz. So for Khabib, I think if you throw something different into the mix where you start and finish combinations with your left side, jab, hook. McGregor, one thing, he holds his hands pretty low, and he also stands very tall. He doesn't really have a lot of head movement, and that will keep him occupied to this side, and it will disarm that left hand from just being able to be thrown, because then he's gotta protect, he's gotta cover, and then from there, if you want to throw that jab hook, then maybe shoot, or jab hook, pivot off to the side, to your left side, and then maybe throw your right hand when McGregor's out of position. I think that could be critical. That was just an idea that I would throw out there. Overall, I'm looking forward to this fight. Can't wait. Hopefully nobody gets hurt or has problems with weight cut or slips in the shower and gets a concussion or whatever. We need this fight to happen. I'm looking forward to it, and it can go either way. Check out my other video for the official fight prediction. All right? It's Christian the Artist, y'all. I'm out. See you guys on Saturday.